Hello, my name is Jeffrey Reese. I am a senior rec specialist over at the Carter Street Art Center, and I have worked with the city for 29 years.
Okay, wow. So what's your role? Well, I know you kind of just said your title, but what exactly do you do here?
So I supervise the programs, help the staff, make sure that we have our building covered and our building programmed out, and make sure that our kids are safe, and make sure we have excellent parent communication, and make sure the kids are having a good time, and trying to just, kind of manage the summertime kind of chaos when we have lots of kids and lots of staff. But we're very blessed over here. We have a top flight, excellent staff that has been doing a phenomenal job here this summer.
Mm-hmm. One thing I'll say too, this is one of my favorite recs to visit as well. Just the staff's really friendly and it's just nice. I just wanted to say that to you too.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So second question, what does a typical day look like for you here?
A typical day is, like I said again, is making sure the staff has everything they need in order to run programs, because the most important thing to do is to make sure that your team has all the tools they need in order to make an effective program. Beyond that, making sure that everybody is good, making sure that the families and kids that come in are good, make sure that they're ready to go and participate in all the activities. One of the main things is, I think that all the staff here has an eye to kind of go to each kid. You see a kid looking down, making sure that we go to them and try to find out what's going on, if we can help the situation to make it better. And I think that method really helps with making people feel welcome, making kids feel safe, doing that kind of thing. So that's really the main thing that we do. When I come in, making sure that my staff is good and make sure our kids are good. And then we're able to, have effective programming and do that kind of thing,
Yeah. Okay. Can you share a story about a time you saw a young person grow or succeed here?
Yeah, there's many success stories that you see. I mean, the thing that probably one of the greatest reward of the job is the number of people that later on in life we run into. My kids get annoyed because everywhere I go, people are like, "Mr. Jeff, like, yo, I remember when you did this," and then some people are in their 30s, they're 40 years old. Some are as young as whatever. But many a times I've seen lots of kids that have that choice. Once they get to the age 12, 13, where they decide whether they want to be in the recs or whether they want to be more towards hanging on the street and doing that kind of thing. So now I've seen this countless kids choose to stay within the recs. I've seen countless kids stay in the recs, get involved with our programs, get involved with YVOV, get involved with our sports programs, become in our junior rec leader program, and continue to work and do that kind of thing, go on to college and do incredible things and continue to try to give back to youth and doing that kind of thing. That's happened. I can't even tell you how many times that's happened. We see kids that come in and, they buy into the thought and they stay away from the streets and try to help other kids, go that route as well. And them being kids, they're great role models. Like, yo, how could I do that? You know what I'm saying? So I wish there were a lot more jobs available, because we'd have even, more kids than we do in the summertime throughout the year, as far as working and doing that kind of thing.
And what do you think makes this art center special?
The staff. I mean, we were down 2 staff that we had. They were ready to work, but then they didn't come through in the summertime. And so this summer we had more. We had like a dream team of staff. I was so looking forward to it, and I can't tell you, even with people that have been kind of late filling, doing whatever, we've had an incredible staff. I mean, everybody is contributing. One of the things here at Carter that I think is incredible, I mean, the full-time staff, Coach Matt, Joe Reed, full-time, I mean, they're excellent. Our youth workers are incredible. I mean, I don't know where we would be or what we would do without them. Our youth workers are they're like a rec assistant or an adult staff. They're unbelievable. Every once in a while we have to coach them up a little bit. They get upset, but they're still kids learning, doing that kind of thing. But for the most part, they just do an incredible job. And senior rec assistants, Mr. Anthony at the front desk, Ms. Steele at the security. I mean, I don't know. We're very fortunate over here, working with Mike and, doing that kind of thing. We have a great team over here at Carter. And again, like I said, I couldn't ask for a better staff than what we have here right now.
That's great. And I know you touched on this question I'm going to ask a lot in some of your answers, so if you don't have an answer for it, we can move past it. But how do you see the Art Center impacting the community around it?
So the Art Center is a safety net, almost like an oasis. You think about it, like you look at the school district and look at the instances of violence that happens in the RCSD. You look at the violence, the shootings, the violence and things that happen in this very community. We're in the northeast of Rochester, a very challenged community with a lot of issues and whatnot. It's amazing that this safe oasis of a place that is able to give kids a safe place to play, a safe place to eat, a safe place to come and, have caring adults that are here that, care about them. And I mean, I think that's probably the hallmark of this place. I think that the adults really do care about the kids, and care about them in a way where I think the kids, they can see through people who are doing it for the wrong reasons, who are just like mailing it in and don't really have that kind of passion for it. And I mean, we're very fortunate way to have people that really do care about the kids. And I think that kids know when people care about them, and they know when it's a safe place. And like I said, I think that's why we have like success over here.
Yeah. Okay. What keeps you motivated to do this work?
What keeps me motivated is the idea that every given day we're able to impact the kid's life and make it a little happier, a little bit better. So that may sound corny, that may sound like whatever to some, but when we moved here from New York City, many years ago, we went to Campbell Street Rec Center, which is now the Tyson Caldwell Center. And I remember many things that I went to, because we didn't have a car, we didn't have a lot of stuff. You don't know, taking a kid, simple place like a pool or to a beach or to a sea breeze, or like, you don't know if these kids will ever have that opportunity. So in addition to the field trips, the idea of just changing a kid's life, there's nothing more valuable. I have friends that have extreme amounts of money and do things like that. They're amazed. We go anywhere, people are like, "Yo, I remember you when you were little." Like about the biggest pat on the back I'll take, because I don't really like pats on the back or none of that. But the biggest pat on the back I get is when people who are adults who are like, "Yo, I remember you making me feel like good as a child, like feel good, doing that kind of thing." That means that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
That's great. Okay, and our last question. If you could describe the R Center in one word or feeling, what would it be and why?
One word, I would say like, it's not really one word, it's kind of cheating, but like a safe space, a good space safe place for, for families and kids.
Yeah.
That'd be one way I would do it.
Okay.